Interesting choice. I know that Crockie definitely loves Twilight Grove. It used to be the sparring map for all the Vex team members, and MiniVessen, well, as far as I've seen, MiniVessen doesn't really have any map preference, so I think he's fine with this, and we're going into game one, and now let's see how it works. It's going to be kind of scary for Crockie, because MiniVessen has been quite consistent with both the axe and hammer, and he's against a 3 defense legend. He's going to love that. And the bomb just immediately going in between the island. Actually, he's double nair to recovery. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
If Crockie was a gun character with a gravity cancel neutral option, I think he would have gone for it, and it could have killed. But MiniVessen now has the axe in his hands, is trying to get a hit onto Crockie, but Crockie with that stare is just knocking him away.
Lands with that side air. MiniVessen looking for more damage here, and he gets that stare and sig.
Neutral sig!
Oh!
Not able to get the dare. But MiniVessen showing his colors.
He's had some very great N-sigs on Axe for Teros throughout the entire tournament. He's still showing that he's got them as he tries to look for another nair. He's still behind in damage, but a few more combos like that definitely won't say the same result. And now MiniVessen looking for those side lights, has the neutral light, gets hit by that stare. Crockie trying to wait him out, just playing with these guns, being very careful here, and MiniVessen tossing that weapon up, gets the recovery, tries to go for the nair fall, but doesn't get it. Stare comes out from the hammer, tries to find a little bit more. Stare will put Crockie into orange, and he dodges through
and the
that ground pound.
Sick from Crockie to get the edge guard onto MiniVessen. Now MiniVessen coming in, has to find something. Crockie only in the orange. Nice there.
Sarah comes out, MiniVessen goes for the N-sig. That was kind of cool. It stopped the animation early because he landed on the platform, so it didn't last quite as long. And now MiniVessen trying to find another Sarah. Can't find this damage in. That N-sig kill from Crockie was very excellent, and he's dodging past all these options. Downlight stops the side sig. MiniVessen's just being boxed out by these guns. Crockie has mastered this playstyle of, I'm going to wait and react to what you're going to do, and I'm going to punish it with a gun aerial attack. And MiniVessen trying to get him with fists now. Not working. Spike ball doesn't come out. He hasn't landed a move in like a minute.
8-4 doesn't matter if you can't get a single hit, and Crockie is taking full advantage of it. That Sarah will send Crockie off the map. Spike ball not going to connect. Crockie gets a spear, gets a recovery, and MiniVessen is already going to be looking at his last stock in just a little bit. If Crockie can keep this up, nice ground pound, not able to follow up. The recovery.
Yeah, MiniVessen looking for these nairs, but he can't find the kill moves. The weapons are just too slow. Cider finally connects. Crockie getting punished by a Sarah, but MiniVessen is in kill percent on the second stock. And now, picking up the axe, denies all weapons from Crockie. MiniVessen has had the most consistent weapon denial game I think I've seen of all the players in the top 3 right now. And now, waiting for Crockie to approach, just dodges out of the way of that spike ball. Doesn't want to get hit, but the recovery hits regardless. And Crockie holding onto the Crockie ball, tosses it right into Mini's face.
Not able to get the second hit. He's got the guns, gets the recovery pickup, and 1 stock left for Crockie to take down.
Crockie plays with the guns, looks for that down air. MiniVessen dive kicks forward and finds a neutral light. Tries to chase dodge forward, but Crockie just takes advantage of that and goes for immediately for a down air. Neutral air comes out, tries to do more damage with these guns. Barely been playing with the spear at all against MiniVessen's Teros, and now getting hit by that cider. MiniVessen tries to go in with the hammer, gets the scoop. No nair follow-up because of the way that he landed with that, and now looking for a cider. Crockie plays with that spear, puts up that side light, doesn't get any connections with it, and MiniVessen's actually kind of taking the damage back. Oh, but that side light Sarah will do so much.
Crockie wants a set of guns. He's got the spear. Will have potential to space out, but MiniVessen, if he can item starve and specifically just keep Crockie on spear, but no, Crockie is able to pick up the guns.
Yeah, item starving is definitely very hard when you're on equal grounds. And MiniVessen has that bomb, tosses it into the island, but gets something else. So many nairs have hit. Recovery, double recovery. MiniVessen going for that triple recovery. Side air comes out, side light, sends Crockie flying. This unarmed, destroying him in the down air. Doesn't connect to the instant kill again.
The neutral sigs from Crockie are so much. MiniVessen taken down. Game 1 going the way of Crockie.
And Crockie convincingly took that game. I don't think MiniVessen wants to take Crockie back to Twilight Grove. Something that Crockie has done multiple times throughout several tournaments is that when he's on Twilight Grove with Ada, the guns, he uses the N-sig in between that area between the stage and the island to confirm stocks all the time. I've seen him do a combo that was literally N-sig into GC N-sig. Like, he loves being able to do that on that map, and that is definitely Crockie's favorite place to go. But we're going to game 2 here. Did we actually go back to Twilight Grove? Let's find out in just a little bit, I think. No, Great Hall is coming up. So we have a mix-up, which is good.
3, 2, 1.
This is an interesting option. I don't personally like it with Teros whenever I play him, especially because you get a lot of accidental ledge cancels when you're as heavy a dare player as myself. But MiniVessen likes those weapon tosses and instead threw away his hammer, but gets caught by a big spear string. Almost bombs himself.
That was really fast reaction time with that dodge too. I think he thought like, oh wait, that might happen, so he just queued up the dodge and was able to avoid that. Otherwise, that may have been a stock to himself right away. Sidestick hits MiniVessen in the orange already. Crockie finds that net recovery. That's
Recovery! And MiniVessen's taken down.
Crockie taking this match in full force here. Has the down airs coming out already. MiniVessen finding something with the X, but he's not going to be able to get any strings off of a side air. He tries to put out a down air, but Crockie's just like, okay, you want to be above me? I have neutral airs. Down air comes out. Like, he's got all of the angles covered, and a down light's coming out as well. Crockie playing with these guns. He gets hit by his Sair. MiniVessen tries to go for those dares again, and what do you know?
Another recovery.
Nair recovery.
MiniVessen is just getting knocked around by Crockie's gunplay.
What happened to this throw game for Mini that was so dominant throughout the entire tournament? I don't see it happening.
There's a lot of soft platforms that are going to get interrupted by those throws if Crockie tries to use them as basically protection. MiniVessen tries to get in, but Crockie gets the side air as MiniVessen's feet just get stuck in the hitbox.
Yeah, he tries to fall with the side air, and that side stick just confirms it. Crockie now waiting for a weapon. He's fine with that. MiniVessen has not been weapon starving him from at all. And Crockie now 2 stocks ahead. Gets that spike ball. MiniVessen on the side of the stage dodges out of the way of that point blank weapon toss. And Crockie picking up the spear is kind of waiting for MiniVessen to approach, but he's kind of, it looks like he's running out of steam.
Definitely changing the pace right now. MiniVessen got the recovery, got the weapon toss, has the hammer. Can he finish off this stock? Crockie with the unarmed is adding up a little bit of damage. There's a nice sideline into a recovery for MiniVessen. Gonna clear the board. He's got the hammer. Crockie picks up a spear. MiniVessen got exactly what he was looking for. Got the recovery, but couldn't get the ground pound. Crockie's just gonna back off and wait.
Ooh, he takes advantage of that return taunt to toss the spear into his face. Crockie, no mercy coming out from his Ensig into weapon toss comes out. MiniVessen in the orange avoids that Ensig hitbox, but now Crockie getting that down air side air goes for the Ensig once again. MiniVessen waiting out the hitbox, recovers, but it's looking like this is going to be lights out for game 2 of MiniVessen. He's going to have to struggle to get a reverse 3-0, otherwise he's going to be knocked out into 3rd place, and Crockie's going to meet LDZ in Grands once again. Haymaker comes out. Crockie looking for the recovery on the guns to reposition, gets that Sair. Ensig comes out. MiniVessen can't even punish with the recovery. This is looking like Crockie's set.
Neutral light from MiniVessen, and there's the ground pound. And like you said, it is definitely looking like Crockie's set to lose, winning it another 2-0. MiniVessen asking if this is best of 3 or best of 5.
And it is a best of 5 for sure, as it is losers finals.
One more chance for MiniVessen, and at this point, I don't know what it'll take for him to win it. Asking if a ledge cancel.
Is ledge camping allowed? I mean, yes it is. We don't have any specific rules about that. I guess he's planning on bringing that out in this game, or maybe he was complaining about how Crockie was playing. Either way, I didn't see too much ledge camping coming out from other players, so we're going to see whether or not MiniVessen's able to change things up. Clearly getting frustrated as he fights off against Crockie's Ada, and we're going into game 3, no legend switches still.
I'm just gonna lean back. If MiniVessen is getting ready to do what I think he's about to do, I'm gonna take a nap, and I will see you in 8 minutes.
Well, I don't know how effective it will be, because if Crockie's got the guns, I actually think that the guns do quite well against ledge camping. Crockie is he's not sitting on the center of the stage too, he's bringing the battle to him. So, Crockie's going to be trying to do a little bit. I can see what you're afraid of, but MiniVessen is kind of staying away from that now. Okay, he picks up the axe. He's going back to the ledge. Recovers back onto the stage. It's not as bad as you think. It's not as bad as you think.
It's not. It isn't Mini literally just... Crockie trying to do something here. Gets a nice dare on the MiniVessen.
Recovery comes out. Mini goes back to the ledge. And Crockie finds another downer. Alright, cool. So Crockie's not going to wait it out. It could be a timeout. It's potential. I think the only timeout that we've ever seen was when Stevenator ledge camped against Straight to the Point Wilson. I remember that. And it got into overtime. And that was actually pretty hype. But it hasn't gotten to that point just yet. As Crockie is now fighting against MiniVessen. MiniVessen actually going for that recovery. Tosses that bomb straight down and he's waiting for a weapon to spawn.
MiniVessen back to the wall. Gets a recovery. Picks up the axe. Trying to get something onto Crockie. To be fair, MiniVessen has been able to add up quite a bit more damage onto Crockie than he has in the previous games at this point in time. Got a nice recovery. Crockie's in trouble.
Yeah, I don't like Crockie going for those ground pounds there, especially on arm, but that sider comes out. It's actually working. MiniVessen takes the first stock in 1:30, and Crockie is behind for the first time. Crockie putting out another ground pound, goes in for that recovery, tries to pick up a weapon, and he finds the guns. MiniVessen no longer on the ledge, but actually playing quite aggressively now that he's got the lead.
And the recovery pickup from Crockie keeps it even. I think if he can starve MiniVessen, if Crockie can starve MiniVessen, then MiniVessen will have no choice but to try to play on the platform and find a weapon. But the second he has a weapon, he goes straight to the wall. And Crockie...
Ooh, this is where Crockie goes, alright, I've had some trouble. I lost the stock trying to follow you off there, so I don't necessarily need to. He's only on the side of the stage. Mini goes off of that taunt. That's his dodge gone, but he gets the recovery. And Crockie's getting multiple recovery here. Recovery comes out. MiniVessen finds that ground pound. Another recovery. This is brutal. MiniVessen's just been doing up and down heavy over and over again, and it's working. Oh no, double Sair. Mini!
Knocked around. Ground pound. Crockie gets under with the recovery.
Multiple nairs coming out. Crockie puts at that sidelight, but the Sair sends him flying.
Crockie now has no weapon. MiniVessen gets the Sair. I am curious to see if MiniVessen will go back to the wall here.
Oh, he most definitely
with the
will.
stock advantage.
Mine goes through. No, he's going in. So I think he's got like a rule to where when he's ahead, he's like, all right, I'll bring the battle to Crockie. But Crockie finds that neutral, like gets that down sig read, reading that dodge in place. That's much because if he went for a side sig, he would have missed. So that down sig was quite good. Ooh, weapon toss comes out. He's out of a dodge for a little bit. Sig comes out. MiniVessen only in the yellow. Down airs as well. Mini going in. Gets hit by that neutral air. Crockie putting out those Sairs and Mini going to the side of the stage once again. Crockie gives Alpha.
Crockie gonna give him the taunt. Mini goes back to the other wall. Crockie gives him the taunt.
Well, instead of if no action's happening, oh, it is now. Counter comes out. Neutral air as well. Open toss. Dank, nice downlight coming out. Sidelight into D-lights. Recovery comes out as well. MiniVessen trying to find a little bit of damage here, but Crockie could even this up if he's able to find the right signatures. And now, playing with the guns, goes against side airs. Side airs coming out from MiniVessen as well. Okay.
Definitely a different Crockie coming out. If MiniVessen can take note of the fact that basically Crockie, I wouldn't say he's tilted, but when MiniVessen actually tries to play the neutral and play normal, he's been able to connect more frequently, but MiniVessen gets taken down by the recovery, and Crockie actually not too big of a health disadvantage.
I think what he needs to focus on is that when MiniVessen's got the hammer, his offstage is a little bit better than Crockie's. And Crockie needs to really buckle down and figure out what he needs to do to bait out those moves and then punish them. Because MiniVessen got like a series of like 3 recoveries and ground pounds when he was on the side of the stage here. So MiniVessen just tossing out these side airs is beneath the stage. Crockie waiting for him to approach. But this is the situation where they could bring it in overtime, and I think it would actually favor Crockie.
Right there, that was a huge opportunity for Crockie. MiniVessen fell down pretty far, burned 2, maybe 3 jumps, trying to get back to the wall. And Crockie had the opportunity to completely punish the fact that he burned so many options on a slight mistake. But instead, Crockie was busy sitting on the other side of the wall, waiting for MiniVessen to make the approach. Gets us there.
That's nice. It's a little bit of damage. MiniVessen holds onto the wall once again. Crockie. Well, gets hit by that weapon toss. Dodges out of that cider. MiniVessen taking it back onto the stage. Nair comes out. Nice neutral light coming out from Crockie. Tries to go for the Nair follow-up. That's a little bit of damage. And Crockie finally evening things up in regards to damage. MiniVessen no longer on the side of the wall. Maybe being a little impatient himself. Doesn't want to fight on the side of the stage anymore. And gets a dare. Crockie putting out those neutral airs. Is trying to do more here. And it gets hit by that Sair. Oh no, this is looking like it's going to be MiniVessen's game.
Down there into a gravity cancel neutral light for Crockie. Health relatively even. That being said, Crockie is 1 or 2 hits away from death, and MiniVessen can get them. But the Nair recovery from Crockie says, I don't care if you play on the wall. The second you come up, I am taking that.
What a relief.